It was worse than we thought. The Knicks are going to be without Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart to start their season against the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Mitchell Robinson, of course, is out with that ankle load management, and Josh Hart is out with the back injury suffered in Abu Dhabi. This is definitely not the news that we wanted to get, but I am here to add perspective. I'm here to talk about what this means for the Knicks starting lineup tonight, what it might mean for this regime and how they handle injuries going forward, and what it means to the bigger picture of this team as they push towards a finals campaign, not just giving us the vibes on a opening night, which, I'm excited for. I know you guys are. I'm ready to see our guys play their first game of basketball with a record attached to it since Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think it's very important. And one of the things I'm going to stress all season is that the goal, as described by Leon Rose, was singularly focused on a championship. So a part of that is actually sacrificing certain things like opening night vibes. I'm pretty sure that if Tibbs was the coach, I'm pretty sure if the Knicks didn't really care about winning a championship, I'm pretty sure that guys like Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson would be given the opportunity to say, hey, can you go out there and give me something? Can you go out there and give me 75%, 80%? I like the fact that they're not playing, because long-term, this signals to me that the Knicks are preparing their players to be as healthy and prepared and fresh for April, May, and please God, June. Okay? I want O.J. Simpson dates. Okay? I want those June 14th games. But yeah, we are really here at this moment where we are now in load management times in this Knicks era. And I know that's a little confusing. That may be a little strange to fans who just, emerged from the Tom Thibodeau regime where all 82 games felt like, sudden death, Game 7, win or go home, guys playing north of 40 minutes, guys playing on back-to-backs, heavy minutes. And, with Mitchell Robinson, I know a lot of fans are very concerned because he is injury prone. In my opinion, the fact that they are resting him because he has this injury with his ankle shows that they are thinking long-term and they are taking his injury concerns very seriously. And to me, it's not the greatest news. It's not what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that Mitchell Robinson barely played any basketball and he's already injured. But I also am reminded of 2 years ago, Mitchell Robinson left, a game in Boston, at Boston before half with an ankle injury. We knew his ankle got hurt. We saw his ankle got hurt. He came back in the second half and played. And then we didn't see him for 3 months because he was playing on an injured ankle. I don't want to see that again. So while I'm upset and I want to see the full product and I want to see what this new Mike Brown, regime looks like in full totality, I'm not blinded by the fact that it's a regular season game. It's a regular season game. I was just watching the Oklahoma City Thunder ring night against the Rockets. It was cool. I think Kevin Durant is spry enough to go make a finals run and make a legacy play. But I don't care. I'm still talking about the Knicks. That's regular. You know what I mean? I'm still thinking about our championship run. And no matter what happens against the Cleveland Cavaliers on opening night, we still got to be able to put it into perspective. We're still in the learning phase. And one of the things that I appreciate about this new regime is that we are going to get the opportunity in these nights where we are managing injuries to learn new things about the players on the end of our bench, to learn new things about what type of styles of play can we use with different personnel, starting with guys like Ariel Hukporti, who has a chance to supplant himself not only in the rotation with the Knicks as their backup center, but emerge as a true NBA rotational player. This is a big opportunity for him. So I'm excited not only for him, but what he can bring to the Knicks. If he can show us that he can be a backup center and play 15 to 20 minutes a night, protect the rim, make some reads and some dribble handoffs and some, option plays at the top of the key and maybe get some putbacks, maybe improve his free throw shooting. These are things that I'm looking for because long term, the more talent we have, the more depth we have, the more difference that is going to show come playoff time when we only had 7 or 8 guys that were not even playing close to 100% because they were so tired from carrying the team. We needed reinforcements. This is why we made this is part of the reason why we made the change from Tom Thibodeau to Mike Brown. So, while the idea of Leon Rose telling the Knicks fans we are singularly focused on an NBA championship, that sounds great. But the fans need to be reminded that part of being singularly focused on an NBA championship is you are not focused on opening night vibes. And also, if you're feeling a little down because, this is the Knicks, this is the Cavs, these are FanDuel's top 2, teams that are going to be projected to come out of the Eastern Conference. Let me remind you this. The Knicks are down Mitchell Robinson. The Knicks are down Josh Hart. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be without their starting all-star point guard and Darius Garland. They're going to be without Max Strus, their three-point specialist, and DeAndre Hunter, a man that they traded 3 first-round picks for. He's questionable as well. So if you really look at these rosters, and if you were to project them out for 82 games, these are not number 1 seed rosters, number 2 seed rosters. These are rosters that know that they got the goods and they can afford to suffer an injury for a 2-week stretch, a month stretch here and there, because they know that they want to have every duck in the row when it comes to NBA playoff time. Like, who are we kidding here? The Knicks literally are NBA finals contenders because, let's be honest, nothing taken away from the Knicks, but a big part of the reason why we are so excited because 2 of our top foes don't have their top players. Jason Tatum is injured. He tore his ACL. Tyrese Halliburton is injured. He tore his ACL. In years past, we've seen our teams not be at full strength or not even be available, whether it be a Julius Randle not being available come playoff timeout. Who knows if he was healthy, if he would perform in the playoffs, but that's a conversation for a time that I'm really not concerned with anymore. But it just proves the point that sometimes availability is your best ability. And when you're playing, you're going off of multiple long playoff runs and you have veterans in your lineup, you gotta welcome yourself to the new modern NBA with the new modern athlete. Give them a night off here and there. Now, of course, the Mitchell Robinson injury is a little concerning because we know his injury history. But I will say this. Every year that he's been here, we've pretty much known he has injury history. And prior to this information coming out, you were still confident about this team because you know that he just needs to be ready for that 2-month stretch. The Knicks know that. We should know that. We shouldn't be bugging out unless we get an actual report that says Mitchell Robinson has a dislocate something with a timetable. If they want to hold him out until he's ready, I trust Casey Smith, their team doctor. I trust Leon Rose, who just fired one of his best, colleagues over the course of his career, and Tom Thibodeau. He's focused on winning a championship. There's certain things that, yes, he may be a little bit compromised personnel-wise. No one really want to talk about that. But he hired Mike Brown to win. So I'm going to trust that situation to play itself out and really believe in the philosophy of what we're doing here. As far as, the game against the Cavaliers, it's not lost on me that the Knicks didn't beat the Cavaliers last year. It's also not lost on me that the Knicks beat the Cavaliers in a playoff series a couple years ago. And Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart were a huge part in those, 4-1, series win that we had against them. But I'm excited. I think Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, being maximized in this offense, the team playing with pace, all the different principles are still in place. I think Mikal Bridges is a guy that we're going to be, really excited to see to take a next step with Mike Brown. OG Anunoby, of course, being a two-way wing. Hopefully, the 3-and-D, the ultimate 3-and-D, and OG Anunoby. And then new players off the bench that are now not only just new players off the bench, they're going to have a bigger role without Josh Hart there, especially Josh Hart. Maybe, and even without Mitch, Gershon Yabusele, obviously known for dunking on LeBron in the Olympics. He played last year with the Philadelphia 76ers. Jordan Clarkson, who got the buyout from Utah and signed with us for a veteran minimum. Landry Shamet, who had big performances in the Eastern Conference Finals, saved our season in Game 3, had a gutty performance to extend the series in Game 5, just firing up the crowd, showing that he has some defensive chops. Like, it's going to be a good mini test to just tell Cleveland, hey, you guys got 2 guys out. We got 2 guys out. We're still, we have each other on each other's minds as we prepare for this marathon. But that is the operative word of this story. Yes, it's worse than we thought. We probably thought we were going to at least get Mitch to play in this game, especially with the reports that were coming out. They didn't really seem like he was injured. It seemed like they were managing something. And your inference was saying, well, if they're managing it, that means they're managing his practice time, meaning he's going to play in the season opener. But that's just not how it's turning out. But like I said, there's reason to be excited to watch the game. It's opening night. Could be watching, I don't know, Love is Blind. I don't know. What else could you be watching? You could be watching the Toronto Blue Jays against the Dodgers and just make yourself feel sick, whether you're a Yankee fan or a Met fan. I don't know. I'd rather watch the Knicks. I was watching the Knicks in Abu Dhabi like it was Game 7, of the finals. So I'm really excited about this game against the Cavs. Obviously, the injuries withstanding, and we're gonna get this magical season going. So this is your Knicks content. I want you to go check out our channel, check out my episode with Mohamed Diawara, who could get in the game tonight against the Cavs. You never know. Make me look like a genius, Mohamed. Kumo D. And again, you want to donate to the channel, you can hit me up on the Cash App. That's Poppa Left. You see it on the bottom ticker, POPPA LEFT, or on Venmo, POPPA LEFT. This is your Knicks.